I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel.
I've been wanting to talk about a TikToker who's become really hated over the past month that goes by the name of Lily Tino. If you're as unfortunate as I am, they have not left your For You page in the past few weeks, and you're seeing them literally everywhere. Every trans creator who's ever made a TikTok account in the history of ever has had something to say about this creator, and for good reason after looking into the situation. Lily Tino seems to be the unifying evil of TikTok, where everyone hates this person so much that they all band together because they want to dogpile on them. If TikTok was the MCU, Lily Tino would be TikTok's version of Thanos. Every single creator with a pulse on TikTok has tried to call out Lily Tino on how terrible they are and how their actions affect their community and the people around them, but to no avail. And as you'll see in the video, they've gone through every controversy in the book, including saying racial slurs, making content towards kids that isn't exactly suitable for children. But I'm just gonna sit down and start you off with how it all began. So Lily's account started off normal, where they were just talking about the transitioning process, and then it devolved into degeneracy. They started making food content, which may seem normal, but it always devolved into something way worse, where they would basically hunt for people to misgender them and then make content about that. Lily does a lot of this content on livestream, and it's impossible to find old clips from live streams. You might be able to find them floating around the internet, but what I can show you is something that Lily posted herself.
Is it a 10 out of 10, sir? I don't know what's exclusive.
Oh, would you like to show your faces?
Yes.
Okay.
How is it?
First off, you called me sir, right?
Oh, I meant to say man, that's my
Oh,
name.
no.
What are
Oh,
your
okay.
pronouns?
No, okay.
What are your pronouns?
She, her.
She, her. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Never
What's
know.
your name?
I don't have a name. My name is on Instagram, follow me.
There we go.
See you, sir.
Oh, wait, one more time? I didn't catch that. See you, sir. Those are kids who knew exactly what they were doing.
Keep in mind, those were children that Lily Tino decided to film right there. All they did was ask if the food was good, and then when Lily informed them that they didn't go by those pronouns, they asked for her pronouns, and then she proceeds to insult them and then record them. I'm not condoning the actions of the kids, but Lily is clearly in the wrong here. Every time somebody upsets your feelings, you can't just start recording them. That's not a healthy thing to do. And this is not a one-off occurrence for Lily. Every time Lily gets misgendered, they don't just politely correct them, they make it an entire big deal. There are a lot of trans creators that have called them out on this exact issue, but every single one of those videos has been taken down as far as I've been able to see. A majority of the creators who have called out Lily by name have had their videos removed by TikTok. But there is a bigger controversy regarding Lily Tino that they have not been able to remove videos for because of the rapid pace of people who have been calling them out on this exact issue. When I say Lily Tino and Disneyland, you've probably seen this clip before, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel, so you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable.
Just take notice of this. There are kids in the background. You can audibly hear them.
So I talked to my surgeon, and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete.
There is no excuse for talking about what goes on inside of your pants in front of children. Lily tries to say that this is all just educational, but no one wants to get educated at Disneyland. It's a fun place where you want to get away from school. After this video, a lot of creators came out against Lily saying that this video was absolutely terrible and that they should take it down, but it's still up on their page currently to this day, and so are a lot of the videos of people calling out Lily for this exact thing. And you may be wondering if people actually did hear Lily Tino at the table. Well, there's a review that confirms, yeah, people did actually hear her, and so did the children. But Lily Tino's reign doesn't end there. Do you know the name of Kurt Cobain? Well, let's see what Lily Tino has to say about Kurt Cobain.
I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans. Here's why. First off, Kurt wore a lot of women's clothing. And when asked about this, they replied that they wore dresses all the time because they felt comfortable and free. Just look at Kurt in these pictures. They look so happy. And in an interview about their childhood, Kurt said that they mostly hung out around girls and that at one point they thought they might be gay. Many trans people who don't have the vocabulary yet to express their gender identity will describe what they're feeling as being gay.
I don't need to play the rest of this clip to show you how insane this is. Lily, I don't know how to tell you this, but just because you've discovered that you were trans through one way does not mean it's the same for another person. Lily, you cannot push labels onto people who are dead, especially when they're not confirmed to be true. Maybe he wore dresses because he liked dresses. But Lily also has no problem entering other people's fandoms to tell them what their characters may or may not be.
Did you know that Spider-Gwen is probably trans?
If this argument is because of the Easter egg they hid in her room, I'm going to lose it.
Our first piece of evidence comes from the most recent Spider-Verse movie, where above Gwen Stacy's bed, we see a Protect Trans Kids banner.
Maybe she just supports trans people and had it there for support. I mean, if I have an Avengers poster in my room, does that make me an Avenger?
Now, a lot of people have that banner. It doesn't mean she's trans for sure, but what about the trans flag on her dad's police uniform?
Maybe the cops are supportive?
You could interpret this flag as a way for him to mark himself as an ally. After all, a lot of trans people do not trust the police. However, when you take it in context with the banner above Gwen's bed, it starts to look like he's wearing the flag to support his daughter.
As a Marvel fan, I'm gonna stop it right there. Now, as of the Spider-Verse movie, I did notice the Easter egg, but it's not due to that. It's because Gwen Stacy, if you've ever read the Spider-Verse comics, has a watercolor palette. The reason they put that flag in her room specifically is because they wanted to hide it with the watercolor palette, because watercolors happen to be the same colors as the trans flag. The poster is in her room for representation purposes, not because she is trans. Gwen Stacy was born a woman in the comics. They're just trying to be supportive. Sony's just trying to show their support for trans people by putting a flag in the room that makes the most sense, which is the one with the watercolor palette. But I'm noticing that Lily Tino has a theme of wanting to have her pronouns respected, but not respecting other people's pronouns, as pointed out by another TikToker.
The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
The guy who dropped my food off, he called me sir.
This TikToker received a whole lot of overwhelming support in the comment section. It showed that Lily was a hypocrite and that they assumed that everyone should know their pronouns, but then she assumes everyone else's pronouns. Also, remember in the beginning of this video that I talked about Lily saying a racial slur? Well, let me play the clip for you right now.
Nugget? Nugget shivers a lot.
I had to bleep it out right there, but just so you know, she said the hard R. And I find it really funny that Lily only gives a simple sorry after this whole situation comes out. For someone who is so intent on referring to everyone as the proper thing, she doesn't care when it's not her. Lily Tino, I just find it very funny that you can say a racial slur and just get away with a sorry, but when people misgender you, they can't get away with a sorry even after they apologize to you and say they didn't mean it. But what is the most problematic thing Lily has done recently? Well, let me play it.
Hi friends! Today we're talking about something super cool called pronouns.
If you do not get the reference, she's trying to cosplay as Miss Rachel, which is a channel that targets towards babies and children. Keep in mind, the children that Miss Rachel targets are the children who haven't even learned how to walk yet. But after doing a lot of research for this video, I've decided to talk about the Lily Tino situation just because Lily Tino, in my opinion, is one of the worst TikTokers I've ever seen on the app because they can never take any criticism. There's probably a few things I didn't touch on, but trust me, you don't want to scroll through this entire account either. But please comment down below what you think about this TikToker, and also don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.